Hello guys, I'm Scepter and today I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks on how to play Showdown. Now, Showdown has taken a turn for the better recently, with Showdown Plus coming less and less people are camping and teaming in Showdown. So I want to give you guys some tips and tricks on how to get better at Showdown, and most importantly, Showdown Plus. But before we get started, please make sure to scroll down and slap that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe. And while you're down there, like the video too. Let's get straight on with this video. First of all, I cannot stress enough. Do not team. Here are a few reasons why. First of all, you're never going to improve in skill if you're just spinning, missing shots the whole game, and letting other people do all the dirty work for you. You're also not going to gain as many trophies. This is because backstabbing has really plagued the game, and it just means that you're not going to be getting as high positions as if you're playing skillfully. Now, there are some reasons why you might want to team. If you're not very good at the brawler, you might want to team so that you can get some trophies for them. But just play them in 3v3s and get carried by some friends. Or get better at the brawler by not teaming and increasing your skill, and then push those trophies. There are better ways of doing things than teaming. Now, the one place that I would say teaming is moral and alright is if other people are teaming. If other people are teaming, you're not giving yourself an unfair advantage. You're just giving yourself the same advantage as everyone else has got in the game. So, if other people are teaming and you have the chance to team, I wouldn't get angry at you if you accepted that offer. However, I would not recommend teaming as a strategy, and I don't think teaming is a good thing to do. I think it ruins the game for other people. So try not to team, but if you have to, you might as well do it. Next up, we have the issue of camping. Now, there are very controversial thoughts on camping right now, and there probably always will be, but I recently watched a video, and you might have watched it too, by Ray, where he compares camping and sweating. I'll make sure to link that video in the description below. But at the end, he says that sweating and playing skillfully is a lot better than camping if you're good at Showdown. So playing skillfully and not camping is better with a variety of strategies if you are good. Now, if you aren't very good, then you might want to camp. But personally, I think the game is a lot more fun if you don't camp. You will have a lot better time pushing brawlers if you are not camping. If you are camping, you'll get burnt out very quickly and you won't want to push those trophies. If you're playing skillfully, then you're going to have a lot more fun. You may lose more often, but you're actually going to be playing a lot more games a lot quicker and be getting a lot more first places and second places. So, I would recommend playing skillfully. If you're really, really bad at the brawler you're playing, you might just want to camp. And I'm not too against that, but try and play skillfully. You'll get a lot better if you're playing skillfully. A bit like with teaming. It doesn't improve your skill to camp, but I'm not as much against camping as I am against teaming, because personally I use camping quite a bit if I want to just push those trophies, but I can't be bothered to play properly. So, camp if you must, but it's a lot better to play skillfully. And make sure to watch Ray's video after you finish watching this video. So, now we've got past the two controversial strategies of Showdown, I want to actually give you guys some tips and tricks. That's why you clicked on this video. So, my first tip is to scavenge the map for boxes. Now, unless you're already at 7 or 8 power cubes, you've gone to middle, you've got about 6 boxes, already got 2 kills, then you might not need to do this as much and you can hunt for kills. But if you're only at 2 or 1 or maybe even 0 power cubes, your best bet is to go to the corners of the map or go to the parts of the map where there might still be boxes and just get them, get more power cubes. It makes you a lot stronger and means you're more less likely to die and a lot more likely to get more kills and more trophies. My second tip is, unless you know who can do it and you're playing a good brawler who can do this sort of thing, don't rush middle. There are so many times where I've rushed middle, thought it's a good idea, and then there are other 4 brawlers coming to middle and I get cornered and I die. So try not to go to middle unless you know you can. For example, brawlers like Buzz or Mortis might benefit a lot more from going middle than going around the edges. So with those brawlers, I would understand you going middle. But other than that, you probably should try to avoid middle. Maybe go up to middle and then try and fight someone who goes to middle to get all the boxes. Just don't rush mid because it can be quite dangerous. I'm also going to stress the need for thinking about your interactions. I said this in my Rank 25 tips and tricks video, which, by the way, if you haven't watched already, make sure to check it out. It's a great video and it's really useful. It has some showdown tips for pushing brawlers to rank 25 there. But you really need to think about your interactions, who you counter and who counters you. If you see someone who counters you, like if you're playing, I don't know, a Penny and you find an Edgar with a super, I wouldn't recommend going towards that Edgar. I'd recommend running away. You need to be thinking about your interactions. For example, now we can say if you're the Edgar and you see a Penny, you should probably try and chase them and jump on them because that's an easy kill for you. Think about your interactions and try and be smart. Don't just rush in blindly and, well, get killed. So think about what you're doing, think about who counters you, and think about who you counter. Now, this video is not going to be a Showdown tier list. If you want me to do that in the future, make sure to comment down below and subscribe and like the video. But I'm going to stress the need for trying to pick brawlers who are good at Showdown. Going back to my previous example of an Edgar and a Penny, Edgar is a brawler who is pretty good at Showdown, especially if you can rank up high in power cubes. You're going to be getting those first and second places pretty much all the time. However, Penny, on the other hand, is a brawler where if you play them in Showdown, you're pretty much asking to lose trophies. Trust me, I have tried Penny in Showdown so many times, and unless you're going to camp throughout the whole game, you're most likely going to die and lose trophies. So try and pick brawlers who are good in the meta for Showdown, and I probably will do a Showdown tier list in the future, so make sure to subscribe and watch out for that. Now, I've gone through most of the big tips that come to my head when thinking of this video, but there are a few quick tips for different scenarios that just go through my head whenever I'm playing Showdown. So, in terms of dodging shots, you should definitely practice different dodging patterns. Now, you can do this in friendly battles. You can go onto Bounty, Purple Paradise, play with a friend, and just practice dodging their shots. Come up with your own unpredictable dodging patterns. This means that if you're playing against a long-range brawler like a Piper or a Brock, you're most likely going to be able to dodge all their shots and hopefully take them out. Now, if you're in a bush and someone knows you're in a bush, try to think where they're going to shoot next. If it's a big bush, try and go to the most unpredictable spot that they're never going to think you're going to be. And then if you've got luck on your side, they might actually get close enough to you that you can take them out or something like that. Try to be unpredictable and you'll do a lot better in Showdown. Now, if you are going to camp, I'd really recommend trying to find a really unpredictable bush. Going back to being unpredictable. If there's a 1x1 bush there, just behind a wall or something like that, that would be a really good place to camp. No one's going to bother checking a 1x1 wall as much as they're going to bother checking a big bush. Sorry, not a 1x1 wall, a 1x1 bush. So, just try to be unpredictable. That's a very big part of Showdown. Being unpredictable, being random, and just, that will help you win a lot more games. Finally, I'm really going to recommend trying to get control of a certain area of the map. If you have enough cubes, and you can take out some brawlers or get some kills, getting control of an area of a map is a really important thing, and you should stick to that area. Imagine it being like your kingdom and you're the king. You need to be able to take out all the brawlers in a zone and protect that zone, because that zone is going to be what carries you to the final four. This is because if you're just going into other people's zones, they have the advantage on you. They know where you are. You quite possibly won't know where they are. So if you can keep control of a zone, especially if you can keep control of middle, and it's very beneficial to you to keep control of middle, so especially if you can keep control of middle, that is great because you will have an advantage over other players coming into that zone. And also if you have control of middle, you can quite easily attack into any part of the map. And if it's a good map, they won't be able to attack you back. So try and get mid control or try and keep control of a certain zone of the map, and you'll probably get to top 4. So that's going to wrap up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like the video if you enjoyed, and I would really love it, and it would mean the world to me if you could subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.